Hi, Tefl-Dude here. Now today I'm going to show you how to do a little instructional video for your students. Imagine you want to show them a PDF and you want them to do specific things to it. I'm going to show you how to make your arrow nice big and yellow like this, and also how to add your camera. So let's download the OBS now and get going. So in your browser, just type OBS. And there, click on the first item, and I'm going to download it for Windows, but you may have a Mac or Linux. It works all the same. And you can see for my download, it's taken me less than a minute. But this morning when I did it, it took about 15 minutes. So be patient. Now I'm going to stop it because I already have it. I don't need it 3 times. Go to your downloads area. And I'm going to double click the installation. So just click next, next, next. You know the drill. There's no added bloatware with this. There's no antiviruses you have to install. None of that stuff. It's pure, clean, the best system ever. All YouTube video users use it because, well, it really is amazing once you get into it. I use it for all my videos. You see me splitting screens. I'm recording different screens at the same time. It can do magic, but this is just the basic we want you to do. We just want to quickly record what's on our screen and in good quality. And I'm going to show you a little trick there to make sure you get the settings right for really good quality. This will take another few minutes, so I'll pause until we get there. Okay, now we're there and it says launch, so we'll leave it ticked and we'll launch it. But do be aware it may take a few minutes to actually launch the first time it does it. So we're going to have to be a little patient. Okay, so the first time you open the program, or it opens, you have to decide, do you want to do streaming and recording? Now, most people don't want to stream. Unless you're streaming a lesson, then you're probably really intelligent about technology more than we are. Here, we're just going to do it for recording. I will not be streaming. So click next. Now here, in the settings, the resolution, if that's your highest, choose that. But for me, because I've got a Surface Pro, this is my highest, and I want it to record at the highest ability possible. Just click next. Don't worry about this 60 or 30, that's not a problem. Next. And this is important because what is here isn't really true. The recording encoder, you need to know what is the best encoder. It already has fathomed out this is your best encoder, so it's very good at that. And you may have other encoders, but this is the one. Remember that name, okay? Because we're going to have to go in the settings and make sure this is done, which it won't be, by the way. High quality, medium, yada, yada, yada. Here's the canvas resolution I wanted, 2736. However, when it's outputted, it will be scaled down, and I don't want that because then it looks horrible. So I'm going to change that as well. So let's just apply the settings it's offered. Now you've got a blank screen here, but you want to obviously record your desktop. Now the first thing you have to do, you've got a scene here. All you have to do is click the plus icon and click desk or display capture. There are many things here on the list. Don't get freaked out. You're only ever going to use 1 or 2 of them. That's like this and the camera. So display capture, you could name it desktop if you wanted to. And then simply choose from here. So that's our primary monitor, as you can see. Now notice here it's got capture cursor. So if you want to record your mouse cursor for instruction video, then you'll need this on. But if, let's say, you're recording a video you made and you're re-recording it, you want to put some voiceover on it, then you probably don't want the mouse floating around. So you could actually turn this off. And then when you record your video, you won't see it. But I'm going to leave it on just for now. Click OK. And you can see here, it's actually recording this recorder, and it goes on and on and on forever. So don't worry, you can remove that. But what happens is when you're recording, this has to disappear. So you have to, you see as I move it, I'm recording this. You can see my arrow there. So once you press record, you will have to move this out of the way. There is a little trick I can show you where you won't have to move it out of the way, but it's best to move it out of the way. Now, because you're going to have to move it out of the way, you might think, well, so when you press start, you'd have to press start, minimize it, and then when you're finished, you can see here it's recording. When you're finished, open it up again and stop the recording. Now, we've got our screen. I told you before we begin, we need to go into settings. But also pay attention, the audio is already fixed for you. Look, it recognizes this is my microphone. Now see where it's going in the red? That's clipping. That's going to be horrible. So what you want to do is move this down a bit like this. And if it's in the yellow like that, that's perfect. That's good for your voice if you're making tuitional video or if you want your recording to be there. Now, the sound, the desktop audio, that's also automatically chosen for you. And you can see when I move this button, it goes bling, bling, and you can see it's written up there. So that way, you know it's recording the audio from the Zoom meeting or wherever, or whatever's on your desktop. So they're done. All you need to do now is check those settings before we click go. If you go to the settings here, this button is just for hiding the desktop. If you want to click this, then what happens there is, watch this, you can now see the desktop. This is what you will be recording. And you can see my yellow arrow here. I'm touching start recording, but you can't see anything because it's made it invisible. That's nice. But I think we should put it back. So settings and put that back, click apply, and it's there again. So you can see it being recorded in case you want to record this, maybe not. So the main settings are, I often change the appearance. You don't have to. I just like it. It looks a bit better if we use, instead of the default, we go to Rachni. Really nice. Look at that. Ooh. Look how nice that is. Very nice. That's just one of my favorite settings, that's all. Now, the main thing is the output and the video, okay? Already you can see it's decided to scale it down. I don't want to do that. I want to leave it at the highest possible so it's good quality. Change that straight away. The output, finally, is it gives you the simple view, and it says here it's recording using the high quality. It says it's using hybrid MP4, and I'll explain that to you in a minute, whether you want to keep that or not. And it's doing the hardware, which it said it would. However, let's go into advanced. This is streaming. We don't care about that. It's going to stream in X264. Don't worry about that. But the recording, it says it's going to use the encoder of the stream encoder, which is the X264, not the one it promised, which is this one. Now, don't worry, because OBS knows which is the best one for you, as it said at the beginning. So use that one. So we've chosen that one. And in addition, it's got it down at 5,000. That's not very good quality, but we're going to leave it there. Later, when you're recording videos of videos or something very detailed, you want it to be very sharp, we're going to up this to 25,000 something. And I'll show you later how you can edit it so it's a smaller file size. Basically, this is all you need to change. So you've got your codec. This hybrid, what it's supposed to do is if your computer crashes, if your battery runs out, you'll lose your data. But if you put it on MKV, 100% it will save everything up until that point. I would leave it on that because later I always end up changing it anyway using Handbrake, which I'll show you. There's a link on the description above how you can crush a 7 GB video into like 40 megabytes or something ridiculous. So I would change that, but don't worry if you leave it on that. For argument's sake, we'll leave it on that for now. Okay. So we'll set our apply, and maybe before we do, another little tip, you can use some hotkeys. So I would advise you just to start recording, you could use Alt-R. Alt-R. And for the other ones, stop recording, Control-Alt-S. Because for some reason, Alt-S is belonging to something else. Alt-P for pause, and Alt-U for unpause. So you can remember it quite easily. So I'm going to apply these settings and click OK. So in this video, I want to show you how to record your screen if you want to give a video instruction and then send it to your students with a small file size using OBS. This is very good if you want to give detailed instructions where they need to watch a video. So here, go to settings because I want to not see this image in the middle. And just put hide OBS window from the capture. So now you can see what they would see. This is what you're going to record. You can see the yellow mouse is there, but I'm not actually touching the document because obviously this is in the way. So I'd have to remove it like this and then do the video. But you could just record it like this and it will only record that screen. But I do want to manipulate the screen. So first of all, let's add our camera. Now, if you haven't done this already, remember to go to video capture device, and that's where you're going to add the camera. We have already got our video camera. We could add our back camera if you want, but BK. And because I have a Surface Pro, I have a front camera and a back camera. There's my front camera. There's my rear camera, and I'll click OK. And you can see there is my rear camera at the back there. But actually we don't want that. We want the front camera, which I've already added. So here, I just click on this device. Not this one. I think I'll remove that one. I don't want that one there. Right click and remove. Okay, so now we've just got this camera. If you click on it, you can make it bigger or smaller. If you're doing a video where you want to give instructions, obviously you don't want to be in the way of the image. Just click Alt on here, Alt, when it's at the side, and then you can move it in like this. So you can just get, let's click on it again, Alt, woo, and you can make it like this size. And then when you click on it, you can shrink it to like small there. And you can put your face wherever you like. Probably the best place is here. So now I can give instruction videos. Hopefully you can see my face. It's not moving and I don't know why. If something like that's happened where it's frozen, just right click the source, go to properties and make sure it has been chosen. Make sure it's been chosen, front camera. There it is, it's chosen now. And now it's working perfectly. So that's what you need to do sometimes, just to check things are working. So my camera's working. I want to record what's on here. I'm just going to press start record and then I'm going to write on here. Now, the arrow, which you may like, go to here, type in mouse settings. I've typed mouse settings here. And simply go down to where it says mouse, pointer and touch. It says there pointer size and color. So I chose this one. Originally, it's this one. And in fact, originally, it's very, very small. It's like this, which is too tiny. You really want it to be something like 3. You can choose the black and white, where it goes black or white, depending what it's on. But yellow is probably preferred if you're giving instructional videos. So close that out. And now we can start recording. You will have to move this out of the way so that I can scroll and then I can highlight things. I can say, please notice this word here. I can zoom in with if I hold control, I think it is, and the mouse wheel. I can say, what is this word? And do these instructions. Make sure you add this image to the text. And then I can say, please ignore this next part. I want you to focus on this item here. And you can simply just say, look, you can, if you have one of these softwares where you can have arrows and squares, you can say, I want you to focus on this area here. And you can do an arrow, please only do this section. And when you've finished making your instructions, let's get off that, you can simply click stop. Go back, click stop. And then if you look at your video file, it's still stopping the recording. There it is, with the date and everything. So here it is, it's 50 megabytes, it's only a minute. Wow, that's a bit heavy. Let's have a look at the video. Yeah, so it's working perfectly. And now, if you want to shrink that, the best idea, what is this, 50 megabytes and it's 1 minute? Watch this trick. Open up Handbrake. Download Handbrake, it's free. Check out my video on how to do it. So when it's open, you simply have to drag this file inside. So remember, this is a 50 megabyte file. Now watch this. This is the default setting, fast 1080p. If you want, you could say the video, let's make it dimensions, let's make it not 1080p, but 720 HD. That's okay. All right. And then you simply start to encode. And this should take about as long as the video is. So if it's a half-hour video, it might take half an hour to crush. And you can see here, it says remaining time is 4 minutes. Okay, probably because my computer's using OBS and all this lot, yada, yada, yada. So let's switch off the OBS. No, actually, we don't need it. We're just going to let this encode. It's going to take a few minutes. I'll pause and we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, so that's finished. And let's have a look at our finished result. It's from 50 megabytes, you can see there, to 6 megabytes. Then, if you want to share it, you can email it, or you can always put it in your Google Drive. Everyone has a Google Drive. Just drag it in there. It will automatically go to your Google Drive if you try to send it by a Gmail. So, worth noting. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've learned how now to do an instruction video, and we'll see you on the next video.